Hi everyone. So for those who don't know me, I'm Emma and I'm the artist behind Unsteady Art. So I haven't been doing this for a while, even though I have been still producing videos. So it is been very quick to start, quick to end. I did miss a week last week due to the immense amount of custom work people want me to do, and it is absolutely fantastic, and I appreciate all of them for that. But unfortunately for me, when it comes to this channel, there wasn't a lot that I could record, so it's been pretty much the same thing, just in little spits and spats. So today it will conclude. So this is the final part of this, at least for now, because he's on about selling them. So if you do want it, please go to Patrikiousic's TikTok. It might not be on yet, but you don't know. You might get one if you want it. So let's bring you across so you can see. So this is all the stuff that I've been doing till now. So starts off with his bridgie koi with the two koi fish. So I've drawn the koi out. The first one we did a lot of changes to, and I'm very glad that I decided to do that. So I spent quite a bit of the holiday individually putting rows of scales, but it meant that it looked absolutely amazing. So whenever I do something just to get the measurements right and things like that, I will always print out one of these. So this is the image that it's done at the not actual size. The actual size comes out, but I cut them out so I can place it on the garments. It tells me what colours I've used, it tells me what order I've done the colours, it tells me how much thread I need, how much bottom thread. It tells me everything. So that was for the logo for the left chest. We've got then these. So these, I didn't know. I had the design, I'd done all the design, but I needed to go into a bit more detail so I knew what size I was scaling them. So I did the basic of basic. We knew that we're having a fish in the middle, well, a koi should I say, but because the koi was going in the middle, I didn't need to do that. So then I did the Tory gate. So I knew the specifications on the Tory, so I'd done that. And this area is for the Kenji, which is Nishi Kigoi. It's the ornamental carp, because koi can mean carp as well as ornamental as well as common carp. So I wanted to get it where he's the lovely aesthetics of the ornamental koi. So Nishi Kigoi. So I did these in 2 sizes. So I've got quite a few hoops now. Not the full range, but it's still quite good. So this one is the medium one, and then this one is the larger hoop. Now I purposely did this in both, and the reason being is one of the hoodies I'm getting is a size small, so very, very petite, which is great, but sometimes when you put really big designs on and stitch out, it can be very overwhelming. So I always do it both just so they can get that bit of an edge. So after we've done them, I then went into the testing stages. So I did do a test for the original one of this, but unfortunately I haven't got it around for to show. So this is what we ended up stabilizing on, so that each individual scale, so when light hits it, I might be able to do it that way. When light hits it, it means that it reflects slightly different, and it gives that sort of texture to it, because I can tell that it is bumpy. Can't really feel it, but I can tell it's bumpy. So then we've gone on to the back. So he wanted to change the cart for this, but it is the exact design for this one here, just the colours changing over. So the Tory gate, I pushed out a lot more details, so shade, ladder, light, but I purposely did it where it was like the koi, so it's only going to show up really with that. I'm going to have to put another light on. Right, so I've just changed the lighting a little bit. I've brought one of my little lights in, and I've purposely shown it away just so you don't get the shadow glare. So I'll show you this again. Hopefully this will appear a bit more. Oh, that's a bit better. There we go. So that is how it shines. Same with the Tory gate. So with one of the shirts being on navy, I've decided to change the colours on that. I've also stretched that out a bit and made it so it meets. So the new colour is this one. So this is the final. So it's a very, very bold, but I thought if we went for natural, so this one is more like a stone pillow, not a stone topper for the Tory gates, and same with that, just to make it so it stands out a bit more. And then it's correct for the shadow part of the Tory gates too. So this, that is Nishikoi. So that part is the koi part. That one is the ornamental. Oh, these are the tops. So we've got a lovely pink, and this one is the small one. I have to admit, I do love these really big chunky cords. They are absolutely fantastic. So it is a very good one that is decided to choose. And then it's a kind of similar scenario that then goes into here. But I did find it very, you can actually, to a point, stand the hood up. The cord is that thick, it actually supports the hood to a certain degree, which is also a very good idea. And then the same design, just in a bigger size. And this one is in the navy. So it is a lot lighter than the navy that I've done the testers on. To the point that now looks black, but I know full well it is a navy. The black would have stood up a little bit more, but I still would have suggested the different change. And that's just to make it stand out. So now I've gone through the actual history of what I've been doing and kind of tying it up in a bit of a knot. I am now going to be doing the final embroidery bits. So both need chest pocket, both need left pocket, both need back. We are going 11 centimeters down just to allow for the hood. Doing that means that at least you can see the design, and at least I get it centered. So let's get on with it and we'll start hooping up. Right, so these are the size hoops that I'm using. So 5.5, which 13.5 for us in UK, at least the field. So there's two of those, and this one is one of the new ones. So I haven't had this that long. So this one is the 8x9. Does actually say 8.41 inch by 9.18. So they've just made it a bit easier to say, really. So those. Ooh, that'd have been devastating. It's actually a needle. Attached to that. Lovely. Right. Probably won't put that in. So luckily now I'm starting to use the main camera here on a tripod, so at least you can see it a little bit better rather than me kind of being up here, because unfortunately it is bigger than me. So what's on now is the one that we'd use for this. We'd just bring it down to size, but because I have to change the arms over, because with these they are longer than this. So because of that, I've also got to shorten the arms down as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the small ones first. So I need to change over here to the other part, but then I'm going to flip over and put these back on later on. So let's put these down for now. Let's try that again, so I've got a bit of noise. So all I'm doing here is just attaching them to themselves. There we go. And then screw them back up, and that keeps those in place, as well as the screws that's in here as well. So I'm replacing it with this part. So these have a number scenario. So each number corresponds with something different. So if I can, there we go. Do apologise. That's going to be a bit better. So this one is going to be ladies. So we need ladies 15, which is small 5. So we're all the way up here. So bottom hoop, stabilizer, and then jumper. So the small ones are a lot easier to centre up, and it's just because of how petite they are. So leveling up with shoulder, roughly the same distance there. This part up. Hi everyone, so another day. I've had a very, very lovely day. So I've got my hair done, I'm nice and relaxed and everything else, and it's been absolutely fantastic. I did finish the Bridget, so it's going to be a bit hard to show you, but I will, and I'll also put it at the side. So we've got there we go, and then we've got the back. And there we go. So they'll be going to the new homes in a few days. If I am going to have to leave it here, but I will see you next week. So if you did like this, please like, subscribe, comment. I'd love to hear what you're saying. And on that note, bye.